"It's just tea," the human ambassador whispered. "But for them, it could be everything." The Braxians, a species known for their unmatched technological prowess and cold, emotionless demeanor, sat across the polished table. Their towering figures glow under the sterile lights of the Earth Embassy, their dark, almost metallic skin absorbing the warmth of the room without any visible reaction. They were silent, stoic observers, unreadable. Yet the air was thick with tension. The Braxians were an enigma to the humans. They never indulged in food or drink for pleasure, only for sustenance. Everything about their existence was rooted in logic and efficiency. Earth, with all its culture, history, and ritual, was something they viewed as quaint, insignificant. Yet here they were, discussing an alliance. The Braxians needed something from Earth, though no one knew exactly what. And humanity? They needed survival. Ambassador Ryan Caldwell shifted uncomfortably in his seat, eyeing the ornate tea set laid carefully between the two parties. It was a traditional Earth offering, centuries of diplomacy and peace woven into the act of serving tea. The liquid swirled inside the cups, golden and fragrant. But this wasn't just any tea. "Are we sure this will work?" whispered his aide, a young diplomat named Layla, standing nervously behind him. Ryan didn't answer. He wasn't sure of anything. The Braxian leader, High Commander Braxall, motioned toward the tea with a flick of his elongated fingers. He was tall, his deep-set eyes glowing faintly beneath his brow, betraying no emotion. His voice, when it came, was cold and mechanical. "This beverage is important to your kind?" Ryan straightened. "Very much so. Tea has been a symbol of peace, wisdom, and diplomacy for centuries. It's part of who we are." The commander's eyes narrowed slightly. "We do not need symbolic gestures. We value practicality, efficiency." He paused. "But we are curious." Ryan's breath caught in his throat. This was it. The moment they had prepared for. The moment where humanity might win or lose everything. He reached forward with steady hands, pouring the tea into the small, delicate cups before him. The Braxians, still and silent, watched every movement. As Ryan handed Braxall the cup, there was real tension in the room. The air seemed to hum as if even the universe was holding its breath. "Tea," Ryan said softly, "isn't just a drink. It's a connection to our past, a bridge to our future. And sometimes it reveals more than we realize." Braxall raised the cup, his long fingers encircling it. For a brief moment it seemed as though he hesitated. Then, in one smooth motion, he brought it to his lips. The moment the tea touched Braxall's tongue, something shifted. His eyes widened, the faint glow in them growing more intense. The Braxians, as a species, had no concept of pleasure, and no understanding of indulgence or luxury. Their lives were strictly functional. And yet, here, in this simple liquid, was something they had never experienced. Braxall's grip tightened on the cup as the warmth of the tea spread through his body, igniting sensations he had never felt before. His mind, sharp, precise, always calculating, began to falter. For the first time in his existence, he felt something. A flood of emotions, long dormant, surged through him. Memories of his people's past, visions of an ancient time when the Braxians had been more than machines of logic, rushed back to him. He blinked rapidly as if trying to clear the haze. His second-in-command, Braliak, leaned forward, his curiosity piqued. "Commander?" he asked, his voice low, almost cautious. It was a tone no one had ever used before. Braxall remained silent for a long moment, staring into the now empty cup. The room was thick with silence. Ryan could feel his heart pounding in his chest. "What is this?" Braxall finally asked, his voice quieter, softer than before. His eyes, those unfeeling, robotic eyes, had softened as if something deep within him had been awakened. Ryan chose his words carefully. Tea, for us, is more than just a drink. It carries the wisdom of our ancestors and the memories of generations. It's powerful. Braxall set the cup down slowly, his hand trembling just slightly. Powerful, indeed. Braliak, intrigued, took his cup, sipping cautiously. His reaction mirrored Braxall's. Shock, followed by a profound silence. The two Braxians exchanged a look, one that Ryan couldn't decipher, but it was clear. Something was happening. The tea wasn't just affecting their taste buds. It was reaching deeper into something primal, something long buried. The magical properties of the tea, hidden for centuries in the ancient cultivation practices of Earth's mystics, were subtly unlocking parts of the Braxians' minds they had forgotten. Emotions, memories, humanity. Braxall spoke again, his voice filled with an unfamiliar weight. We came here for resources, technology, trade. But I see now that you offer something far greater. His eyes fixed on Ryan, the glow within them flickering like a flame trying to reignite. You offer connection. Ryan nodded, his throat tight. We offer understanding, cooperation. We offer peace. For the first time, Braxall smiled. It was a small, almost imperceptible shift in his expression, but it was there. A crack in the icy facade of the Braxians' emotionless existence. Then perhaps, Ambassador, he said, we can build more than an alliance. Perhaps we can learn from each other. Ryan exhaled slowly, the weight of the moment pressing down on him. He had done it. Humanity had done it. Not with weapons or technology, but with something as simple and as profound as tea. Far away, in the depths of the Braxian homeworld, whispers began to spread. The high commanders, once united in their cold efficiency, were now divided. Some, like Braxall, had tasted the tea and seen the potential for a future filled with new emotions and new experiences. Others saw it as a dangerous corruption of their ancient ways. But one thing was certain. Humanity had introduced something powerful, something that would change the Braxians forever. And in the quiet corners of Earth, among the last of the mystics, a knowing smile spread. The tea had done its work. And this was only the beginning. It's just tea, Ryan had said. But now, he understood. For them, it truly was everything.